Hi, welcome to the first video to the Weeby Jellin channel on YouTube. My wife and I are going to start posting some videos about things we love, things we like to eat, places we like to go, food we like to try at different restaurants, different products that we've bought. We'll just keep finding content to keep you entertained, keep you kind of informed, and just share with you the things that keep us together, that keeps us gelling. So with this video, in honor of Irish Whiskey Day, I thought I'd review 3 of my favorite Irish whiskeys. I just want to put a disclaimer. I am not a whiskey expert by no means. And like one of my favorite YouTube channels have said, that the best whiskey is the whiskey you like to drink. So I am more partial to Scotch. That's my whiskey of preference. I do drink bourbon now and then, but I keep a pretty good variety of whiskeys in my bar, including Japanese whiskey, American single malt. Irish whiskey is kind of lower on my list of whiskeys that I reach for, but over the years I've come to like these 3, so I thought I'd share that with you guys and wish you a happy Irish Whiskey Day. So first, I want to start with Irish Writer's Tears Irish whiskey. This one is kind of interesting because it's they put it in 2 different barrels. So one was American oak, like you'd put bourbon in, and another one was French oak that they normally put champagne in. So it's kind of double finished, which makes it a little interesting, which is probably why I like it, where I usually don't get drawn towards Irish whiskey. So I'll dive right into the nose first. Yeah, right off the bat, just smells like vanilla. Just barely spicy. You can taste the hints of fruit in there, more on the citrusy, maybe plumish. And if you look at the label, they kind of marry those flavors, but if you're kind of new to whiskey, like I'm just getting into starting to appreciating it more, it's good to kind of, try a different few things, try nosing it first, and kind of get used to smelling the different, aromas and the different hints of flavorings that they do. But by all means, use the label as a guide. Fall back on your own reference points that you have, that you could describe what you're smelling and what you're interpreting there. But here I go. Yeah, what you smell in the nose transfers very much to the taste. Very easy drinking. Doesn't bite you as much as a Scotch would, or not as heavy like a bourbon. But Irish whiskey is good. I just personally find it boring sometimes. Others, but like I said, these 3 really stood out, which is why I've bought them several times. So yeah, definitely recommend Writer's Tears. Okay, I'm gonna cleanse my palate now with some nice Pacific Northwest water. Very pure on the palate. Not as good as Hawaii, but it's refreshing as a palate cleanser. Anyhow, so the next one I want to do is Green Spot. So this particular Irish whiskey is the first Irish whiskey that I tried when I decided to move past my stigma of Irish whiskey and give Irish whiskey a shot again. So a friend of mine works at an Irish bar, said I should try Green Spot. So I gave it a shot, and I am thankful I did, because it's a really good Irish whiskey. So yeah, this one's more fruity but not as sweet, if you know what I mean. Like you can smell fruit but not like sugary fruit as like the Writer Tears had. Yeah, this one's really nice. Very, very easy to drink, but not boring. You know, the flavor there, it really comes through. The kind of more on the apple side, and actually a little more. I won't say smoky, as we'll get to in the next one, but it's a little more earthy than the Writer's Tears was. But equally enjoyable. So the last one is very interesting. So Connemara, I hope I'm pronouncing that right. It's an Irish whiskey, but what's very interesting about it is that it's peated. So what peated means, it's more on the smoky side, similar to the Islay type scotches. Where you get that really smoky campfire smell and taste. So it's just interesting because they even claim so on their packaging, on the back of the container it comes in right here, this nice little carrying case, I guess you could call it. But they talk about how they're unique because they're the only peated Irish whiskey. So that's what actually drew me to this. I had seen a review on it on a YouTube channel, and I wanted to check it out because, as I mentioned earlier, I'm a Scotch fan, and particularly Islay Scotch. So the fact that it was peated just piqued my interest, and I went out that day and bought it, and didn't regret it. It's really good, and it's it's smoky like a Scotch, but more on the drinkable side like an Irish whiskey. So I'll go in right now and see what the nose is like. Yeah, so I mean, right when you put it up to your nose, it just, like, if someone didn't tell you it was a peated Irish whiskey, you would just say, oh, that's an Islay, or oh, that's Scotch. But yeah, it has that really, really nice. It's not as heavy as like a Ardbeg, or a Lafroig, but it's there, and it's noticeable, but it's very, very nice. And let me clean my palate before I do the tasting. Yeah, I mean, the malt, the smokiness from that peat, it drinks like a Scotch. Doesn't have the bite that a lot of my friends who don't care for Scotch, what turns them off about it is that bite that Scotch tends to have. This is a nice in between. So if you'd like to try something peaty, but you've already tried like an Islay or a Scotch and didn't like it, I would say give the Connemara a try. You might just like it. I'm going to take another sip. Yeah, so there you have it. So these three Irish whiskeys, I would say, there's the more common brands that you see when you go to parties. I don't want to name any brands and put them down, but I would say, if you really like Irish whiskey, and you want to try something different, try some different flavors, some different aromas on the nose, and definitely peated, I would say, try one or all of these, and I guarantee you'll be pleasantly surprised. But with that coming to an end, just want to again wish you a happy Irish Whiskey Day, and ask that you check out our channel. Please subscribe, hit the like button, hit the notification button, because this is our first video, and we'll be trying to come up with more content. I'm not going to promise weekly, but we are going to work on some content to get it out there and start sharing with you guys how we're gelling. during this quarantine time. So please check it out. Please subscribe. And you guys have a great week. Thank you.